Okay, so Boker Tov, we're trying to make this recording really quickly. First of all, we're going to talk about we had a Tish B'Av, and so you saw the things that we talked about. My beloved King Shavid had me right. Our beloved Rothschild's family had me right, and our beloved rabbis also had me right. Okay, so right, the things that were revealed to me from heaven above by God Almighty, our beloved God, who's God alone, as we're Jews, and so also and all the things that we knew. So it was like that, and my beloved King Shavid helped to remind me that because we built the temple and because they do the temple, we have something very special to the temple. And we're Jews. That it's like a tornado, a clean tornado that gets rid of all the wicked. And everybody's like, oh, it's going to be Tish B'Av, and you have to watch out because these the two of us really tell you off. And we don't ever want the temple to ever go away again. We want to praise our beloved God who's God alone. So that's what you saw, right? The wicked things being put away, and all the things they have done. Also, from judgment of last period, and we go up, it'll be judgment again in about 7 weeks. Last judgment, next final phase. And so what you've seen are things that were decreed last judgment period that are going into the fruition. What was decreed and to be for this last judgment period. So we just want to now we're going to have another judgment period in about 7 weeks. And somebody says we just let this because it'll be Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, which is Judgment Day, and it's the final judgment. And so we just want to let you know too. And it's the next phase of the final judgment. So now you saw the bad people that really did terrible things to all of us and to everybody, and they're really creepy and criminal. So we just like to let you know too. And so and then we try to hurt everybody. We try to hurt me and my beloved Peshit and our family, because of simple, the beautiful animals of our village kingdom, and our village kingdom lasts forever. Never to the people, so they would try to hurt us all, and they're not going to do that now because our beloved God alone fights for us, and so we just let you that too. Isn't that beautiful how God had me be able to write that, because that's exactly what I meant and what we meant. People saw before us kidnapped how things were and how we all got along, and the people that were coveting and tried to take our things are not of our people and not of our things and trying to do things to us. We're trying to actually kill us and trying to take our things. So that's what you saw. People trying to take my identity, people trying to take the identity of my beloved feet, people telling all those kind of lies and things. Can you imagine a crooked police keep touching your breast and talking to you like all the other creepy people talk, and then cut your scarf and then try to take you in a dark park and we're handcuffed and where nobody can see, basically it. So you just wanted to, with all the other crooked police that were helping that crooked police and doing terrible things, basically it's it. And so we just want to let you know that too. And that's not right, okay? But it's it. And so they were trying to, the city was calling the bad American people that try to hurt our people, along with the Nazi people that they are trying to hurt us, trying to take our things. And so they got smart and thought they were going to do things. But my beloved community and our beloved Rothschild's family told me that okay, go down to the bank vault, and try to charge our phone. But and I said, I know they're always trying to kill me. But they said they was trying to kill me, and that's exactly until when they show up, just try to leave. They said, and that's what I tried to do. Just and they tried to keep me from leaving. Then they left. They came back. And they got smart and they did that. That nasty, dirty man and all the criminal cop, and he had a dagger in his hand. People, see how sharp that is? I heard it cut. It was like a razor, and he was like, but there was the bank security. All the bank cars came, all the higher security, and they couldn't get away with it. Then they got caught trying to drive me down in a dark park. Because it said, and then it was by the French embassy, and the French said they're not going to let them let that woman and all of them try to kill us either. But it said, and so because we're shopping in France too, and the Swiss military said they're not. People should have never said I wasn't Shabby's. Should never said I wasn't Shabby's queen. But it said, and they were mad because people coming in here trying to take things. So it's really criminal. So we have God that helps us. But it and the bad people are trying to start a war to try to eat human flesh. They're not eating our human flesh. They're not eating us. They're not hurting any Jews or anybody else with us. And basically said, so we just want you to know that. So we know that our God, who has God alone, is control and will not let the bad things happen. And we want our people to stay safe and where they are. And the these people are gone. What they try to do, they hurt us. So they're not from here. That's it. And they always talk about what they're going to do, eat me, or what they're going to do to us. But they said, so we know that they were going to try to do stuff. And my blood was sweet. And the angel said they got caught trying to rape me and trying to kill me. You know, it's supposed to sit the bad people, and they were in a blind spot for the French embassy couldn't see. They drove me down way down there in that park, and basically sit, not way down, but down far enough, and put my bag someplace, stopped my phone so I couldn't get in it. Basically sit. They'd taken me to the hospital first. Okay, so sit, and I have an interdiction there because they caused me to pee on myself too. They didn't want me to use the bathroom. Basically sit, and so anybody can go to the bathroom and use the bathroom there. It's a better bathroom, and you can go in there. But to sit, but they kept me from. So I had them call the police, and I said, see the pee spot. They kept me from using the bathroom because it's a hospital. We own the hospital. We bought as many hospitals we could because we didn't want them killing our people like they did in the hospitals in World War II. So it's just like that too. So now again, so we told you that. So now so the police come and they everybody knows I have an addiction. They knew that anyway. But this is what they really tried to do. The criminal. I heard them talking. They think I don't understand because it said and he said, well, now we took her to the hospital and they didn't take her. So now we'll just say that she's crazy and she acted up and we had to shoot her. Isn't that nasty? So they didn't hear that. So I was talking to the man inside the car, even though there was no visible signs or sound of a walkie-talkie, but I saw the flashing lights. And so when I made a comment, I said, I know that red, white, and blue is not for France. I know it has to be bad Americans, because I said, and so it flashed a little bit. And they came and they still had me handcuffed, but they couldn't get away with it. But I said, so we just wanted to, and they were trying to kill us and trying to take our things. Obviously, they weren't ours, because that's why he escalated. He went to the bank, bought a security person caught him. You know, Mr. Sid, and I heard him say, he said, they heard the bank security person tell them that they caught him. They said, trying to hurt my husband and our family people. So all the security cards came around, like last time when they tried to kill and tried to take things. So, and they were trying to escape and trying to get the criminals to escape. And Mr. Sid with them, but they don't scatter. Mr. Sid, they get arrested and they don't ever bother us again. We live for eternity. Please, absolute faith in our beloved God's God. We have, Mr. Sid, so, and they tell us lies, all these dirty whore women and the dirty putzmen with them, trying to kill us, trying to take our things. And it's really wrong. It's just that they're not going to do that. Because we're a holy people, we're good people, and our God will always fight for us. Our God told us our God will fight for us. And God wants me and Shabby to be together for all eternity as beloved husband and wife to each other, Mr. Sid, and not any other people with us like that. And everybody's going to have their own mate. And coveting is not what you do. So we don't have anybody that covets with us, Mr. Sid. That woman stole my card and then did all that stuff and everything. Well, it's not really a woman. It has something else on it that Loredez, a.k.a. Loredez, has another. Loredez had a penis. Okay, that's it. So it's really quite wrong what the woman tried to do, and Mr. Sid, and trying to the security of Israel and my beloved Shabby remembered her. Well, they knew who she was, but I didn't remember her, and that's when Omer and all those people, the fake Omer, everybody, they were arrested, and they had done that to us. That's what they said. And I was just there for the peace talk that was there, but they said, and they held me there. They had me there, but the woman, when she got on, I said, well, I that's not what we want. This is what we want, and this is what you should say. This is what I say. And she went and she said exactly what I said. Said they recorded that. Then she went and gave me poison sheets, and they locked me in the basement. There's bedrooms down there, and they did all kinds of stuff. And then I didn't remember them yet, but they were going to try to. They actually thought that they were going to try to get away with that, but they were being arrested, permanently away from us for what they had done. And then that card was supposed to go. People, you can't be in a shelter and get a credit card. So I just want to let you know that too. And I was only there for the talks, and they kept that card because you could tell when I called the bank, and she was like, but now she used it too. Well, she's not really she. Can she be a she if she has both things? So we just want to let you know too. And she and so it used my. And when I called about the card, they got smart, some black woman, and then hung up. So my family, when I got here, blocked and stopped all the things that people would try to take. We just went blocked the things. Because I'm from the Rothschilds family, and I'm from the Shabby family. And so, and I married my first cousin, whose mother was a Rothschilds, and she was also my birth father's sister. My birth father was Rothschilds, so just like to. So we don't marry outside of our family. As you can see, all that stuff that we told you, what the women had done with the fake Catholic rabbi, because all those, including that one that took their credit card, and she thought I didn't know it. They all that fake Catholic rabbis' wives. So they did terrible things. There's no such thing as a Catholic rabbi, people. Just there's no such thing as a homosexual rabbi or a homosexual Jew or whore Jew. So we don't have those things. So it's really quite wrong and quite creepy what they tried to do. And I'm the one that was born in Israel. She's not from there. And so you help me remember all those things too. I don't know if you can call it a she if it has those two parts. So it's really wrong. So okay, so now we're not having any wars where they're trying to eat our human flesh and take things and kill, try to take things. Is really wrong. Now everybody can see the mentality and dumbness of a whore and a homo. They don't really think of anything. So I want you to pay attention. All right. So our people are going to make it. Our people are going to come out of there. They're going to make it. You know, when the fake armor, because everybody didn't know that the real armor had been shot during the kingdom abduction. He was trying to help Apostle Charles try to kill me and my beloved in Shabby, and trying to take our things and trying to hurt our beloved royal family and everything like that. So but all the real Jews said, you know, he would. Everybody said, you know, because Omar was trying to tell people that the fake was trying to tell that he was Jewish, but he wasn't. He would do such a thing, a shagid and a shiksa. And so is it related to the people who are not a goyim, and people who are not. So they did terrible things. So we just looked at it too. So all the people make it and come out of there. You gotta know, because our Bible says so. We're the remnant. Okay, so we're not gonna do anything but be, and we're gonna do as our beloved God, as God alone tells us to do. Let me mention that too. We're gonna be, because we're gonna do what our God tells us to do. So our beloved God is God alone. So just mention that too. Okay, so now I think it's about it for what we're going to spend. So I'm going to talk to you as soon as we can, and try to be careful, safe, and on alert. There's something else we want to write to you about, we'll write it, but we know we wanted to make this recording for you. And so now try to be careful, safe, and on alert, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can. My husband loves it very much. My beloved Kibbutzim, and our beloved royal family, because people, we get along, and to sit, and that's what we fought, and they saw us, and they tried to do stuff to us, but just literally that too. Oh, also, nobody's fighting over their family name. So you know there's people that are trying to fight us, people that aren't ours. We just ended it too. And that woman wasn't ours. And she was one of that fake rabbi's wives. He had 4. All those women we mentioned, all of them trying to rob our banks and trying to kill us. So they're not Jews, as I said. And so we just want you to let that too, because a fake rabbi, our beloved God alone, thunder. Don't trust that. Don't trust that fake rabbi. It's a devil. And all the good rabbis have to catch that. So we just want to let you know that too. Okay, so now I'm trying to cover yourself and on alert, because the rabbis that are real are wonderful, and our people that are real are wonderful too, and they're good. And I have the most wonderful and beautiful beloved royal family, and beloved husband, and beloved kinspeople and citizen people. I know, and so we just wanted to too. So we'll talk to you as soon as we can. I know, because we have the most wonderful God, who's God alone. Our God is God alone. Okay, so now I'm trying to careful and on alert, and Shavua Tov, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can.